sort of like church. We all got quiet all of a sudden. We won't be passing an offering plate, but we will take donations. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dan Rice, and I am President and Chief Executive Officer of the Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition. And on behalf of our organization, the City of Akron, the Knight Foundation, and all of our partners, welcome to our press conference this afternoon. We are incredibly humbled and honored to be partnering with Mayor Horrigan, Akron City Council, City of Akron residents, the Knight Foundation, GAR Foundation, on the signature park and public space project along the Ohio and Erie Canalway and the Towpath Trail, right in the heart of our city. To say that we are just overwhelmed with excitement with this announcement this afternoon is really an understatement. We are incredibly blessed and fortunate to have tremendous support from our leadership, both with the local government and elected officials, but also with our foundation community. And our board of directors owes a special thanks because they've been very supportive of this, and many of our board members are here this afternoon, so thank you all very much for that as well. But without further ado, it is my high honor and distinct privilege to introduce to you the Honorable Dan Horrigan. And without a doubt, we would not be here today with Akron Civic Commons if it wasn't for Mayor Horrigan and his entire team. He has dedicated himself to really creating accessible, equitable, and welcoming parks, trails, and open spaces in our community. And his perseverance and stick-to-itiveness with seeing this through is greatly appreciated and valued. So without further ado, Mayor Horrigan.
Thank you. That's high praise. I officially lost my title of the fastest talker, so I think you win on that end. First of all, thanks to all of you for joining us today. I'm pleased to announce today a $3.5 million, let that settle in a little bit, a $3.5 million contribution from the City of Akron's American Rescue Plan Fund Act for the Lock 3 Park Vision Plan. This $3.5 million contribution is in addition to the previous contribution of $1.5 million, which brings the total City of Akron commitment to $5 million for the Lock 3 Park Vision Plan. I think we've moved beyond the just the coordinating aspect of all of these things and started to really do a collaborative aspect, and it takes a lot of conversation, takes a lot of planning to do that, and we wouldn't be able to be here without that with all the partners, especially Dan and your team who have led these efforts. It's proud to partner with those. But this public space investment represents a priority for my administration and the city, regarding the importance of equity and community in our parks, trails, and open spaces. All residents, regardless of their income, race, education, or experience, deserve outstanding parks and open space for recreation and relaxation. The Lock 3 Vision Plan is a key component of a resident-led Akron Civic Commons 2.0 project to create an accessible, equitable, and welcoming public park for all residents and visitors. The Lock 3 Vision Plan includes shaded seating, landscape gardens, artwork, skating areas, and a performance pavilion. We are proud to partner with the City of Akron residents, that's number one, the Knight Foundation, Akron Civic Commons, Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition, and all of our funders and partners on this transformational park project here in the heart of our community. To date, we've raised over $500,000 towards our goal of $1 million for the Maynard Performance Pavilion. Special thanks to our residents, the Knight Foundation, for their generous support and investment in our community. The Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition for leading and facilitating the Lock 3 and Summit Lake Park projects, Bill and Becky Considine, and all the funders and the Akron Civic Commons team for their dedication and commitment. Doesn't happen overnight. Takes quite a few conversations, and I would say quite a lot of planning to be able to do this. But this is what I think true collaboration looks like when it comes to open space and open public space. And if anyone is interested in making a contribution to the Akron Civic Commons 2.0, please see Dan Rice. He'll gladly take all donations to be able to do that. So thanks for everybody for coming out tonight. I look forward to sharing the vision and also visiting the park very quickly. So thanks again, Dan.
Thank you very much, Mayor Horrigan. And as our mayor said, it really takes a team to make this happen. And I can't think of a better co-captain on this team than Kyle Kudachief, the program director with the Knight Foundation. We've been on this journey for 7 years. We have quite a few more years before we can complete this work. But Kyle's steadfast leadership and generous support and advocacy on behalf of the city of Akron is just unwavering. And so we are incredibly blessed and fortunate to have this partnership with the Knight Foundation. And it's my honor and pleasure to introduce you my good friend, Kyle Kuda, Chief.
Thank you, Dan. The last time we were all together was down at Summit Lake Park, and we were talking about this thing called Akron Civic Commons. And basically what that has been, it's been an initiative since 2017, and what's made it a little bit different is we've thought about Akron's public spaces from Summit Lake, along the towpath trail through Ohio and Erie Canal Park and into downtown. And the difference was, what if we thought of these spaces as a network of places rather than just a park here, a community center there, a library there? How might they work together and do things in a coordinated way that they wouldn't on their own? And so since 2017, a number of partners have been meeting to advance that project. And the announcement of Summit Lake Park was a big milestone for us to have that $10 million project fully funded because of Mayor Horgan's commitment and the administration's commitment to getting that park right. Today is another such announcement. As the Mayor just shared, they are increasing their support using American Rescue Plan Act funds. And at Knight Foundation in 2020, we committed $2 million as a lead gift to help get the project started. When the mayor started talking about increasing his support by $3.5 million, we thought about doing the same thing. So I'm pleased to share that Knight Foundation will be increasing its support from $2 million to $5.5 million. And we're thrilled to be a part of the team. And also, I think the conversation shifts now with Lock 3 shovel ready to Locks 2, 3, and 4. Here at the Richard Howe House, down to the Akron Civic Theater, this network of public spaces along the Ohio and Erie Canal. What can these parks do together that they couldn't do on their own for the residents of Akron, the employees of Akron, the students of Akron, and all of us too? So thank you very much for being here today. We look forward to more celebrations in the months and years ahead. Thanks.
It's not every day you get to announce $7 million for a project. It's a little overwhelming. And again, we're very grateful to Kyle and all of the trustees of the Knight Foundation. Actually, Bill Constantine, I know actually will be here very shortly, but also Christine Mayer.
She's back there.
Yep, you're in the back there, I think. But Christine's, special shout out to Christine and Bill for their incredible support and leadership. And just as we have incredible leadership at the executive level, we have incredible leadership at Akron City Council. And it's actually particularly special for me because our next speaker, Council President Margot Somerville, not only is she a leader at Akron City Council, but she's a leader in her ward, just like all the members of council are leaders in their wards. And actually, we have a couple members of council who actually are here with us today. I think Councilman Shamus Malik, actually in the back there. Give a special shout out for Shamus, thank you. Councilman Fusco, I don't know if Councilman Fusco is here, but again, we're very grateful for all members of the City of Akron Council for supporting the Akron Civic Commons projects all along the Ohio and Erie Canal Towpath Trail. But as I started to say, Council President Somerville has been very, very active in the Akron Civic Commons process at many, if not all, of the public meetings. She has been a real ambassador working with neighborhood residents and helping us really build that trust with neighborhood residents and break that cycle of things done to and not with and things promised and not delivered. And it is my honor and privilege to really introduce to you my good friend, City Council President Margot Somerville.
Good afternoon. I am very excited to support $3.5 million contribution from the City of Akron for the Lock 3 Park Vision Plan. And we are grateful for the matching grant of the Knight Foundation. So again, thank you so much. As president of Akron City Council, it is very rewarding to see ideas of neighborhood residents about Lock 3 Park become reality. For the past 7 years, Akron Civic Commons has worked to build trust and authentic relationships with neighborhood residents, asking how might we create accessible, equitable, and welcoming parks and open spaces in our neighborhoods, in downtown Akron, and around the Erie Canal Park and Summit Lake, and on the Towpath Trail. Through our community meetings and listening sessions, we are truly co-creating, co-designing, and co-stewarding outstanding public spaces for all of residents to enjoy. Collaboration and partnership are words that are used a lot today. However, the Lock 3 Park Vision Plan is an outstanding example of what happens when we place residents at the center of our work and we create a truly beautiful and accessible park that's welcoming for all. Through the Lock 3 Park Vision Plan, we are coming together as a community to create a wonderful park and public space that links our neighborhoods and stimulates our community and creates economic development. So again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. If there's several things, obviously, we've learned over the past 2 or 3 years, reckoning with the racial injustice, as well as the pandemic, which many of us have suffered through. And that is that our parks, trails, and public spaces are now more important than ever before. Because what happened is that when the world shut down, our parks, trails, and open spaces were the only places people could go. In my 29-year career, I never would have imagined that it would take a pandemic and the racial injustice reckoning to really have it heightened. But we are glad that now parks, trails, and open spaces are not really considered non-essential services anymore. They are essential services. They're essential services for our mental health, our physical health, our spiritual health. And in that spirit, it's ironic that our next speaker I happened to run into while she was walking her dog, Gus, in downtown Akron. City of Akron resident Lori Pesci. And I would notice, and truth be told, as many folks know, I am here at the Richard Howe House at different hours, probably more than I should sometimes, and I'm trying to work on that. But I would run into Lori walking with Gus, and we would strike up a conversation, because that's one of the things we've noticed, that you're actually seeing more dogs in downtown. You're seeing more residents in downtown. Downtown is becoming a neighborhood thanks to the leadership of Mayor Horrigan, as well as Akron City Council. And so we just struck up a conversation, and we invited Lori to provide some input into the Akron Civic Commons process, Lock 3. She is a very active participant, and she likes living in downtown so much she got a second dog named Sherman, I guess. So please join me in welcoming my good friend, Lori Pesci.
Good afternoon. People normally use the phrase a community where they can live, work, and play as an ideal. But for me, downtown Akron, that's what it is. I live here, I work here, and I play here. And that's not by chance, that's by choice. Like Kyle mentioned, I'm attracted to the connectiveness of downtown. Living in the old YMCA building, I'm just minutes from work at the Ohio building, minutes from our amazing restaurants, able to catch a game at Canal Park, or a concert at Lock 3, all of which I can safely walk to or even take a spin. And as Dan mentioned, my canine roommates, Gus and Sherman, also love the towpath and that the area is very pet friendly. So Dan didn't mention that when we did meet as I was walking along, but where we really connected was when our Leadership Akron class went to Summit Lake. That's where I learned about Akron Civic Commons. And what I can tell you that our classmates found was most impactful was the community engagement. And it inspired me. And so I said, how can I get engaged in my little part of the community? So when Dan and I spoke a couple times, I reached out to him to see how I could participate. Apartment living doesn't usually provide opportunities for input on your surroundings, but with Locks 2, 3, and 4 in my backyard, I've been able to have input and an impact on the community and where I live. The new plan and vision for the Civic Commons and Lock 3 Park builds on the community that is already thriving and that I'm proud to be a part of. I'm excited for this next phase to bring new opportunities and environmentally friendly improvements and community-oriented programming to downtown. Thank you to the City of Akron, the Ohio Erie and Canalway Coalition, and the Knight Foundation for their commitment to the area, embracing this ideal and making it a reality. Thank you.
Truth be told, when I asked Laura if she'd be willing to say a few words, she's like, I'm not really a public speaker. You couldn't tell that by what you just said there. Thank you so much, Lori, for speaking from the heart. So with this announcement today, Lock 3, Locks 2, 3, and 4, which is really all the projects in downtown Akron, Phase 1 is fully funded. With this announcement, over $10 million has been raised for Lock 2, 3, and 4. We're now continuing the fundraising for connecting to Akron Children's Hospital. And so please look for future announcements regarding additional fundraising opportunities. And as the mayor said, if anybody's interested, I'd be happy to talk with you. And the list of our individual donors is actually over here to my right. We have over 49 individual donors who have contributed to Akron Civic Commons. One special project is the Maynard Performance Pavilion that Mayor Horrigan referenced. That's named in honor of Phil Maynard, and we're very blessed and fortunate today to have one of his daughters here, Amy Griffiths. So thank you so much for allowing us to name it in honor of your father, as well as Pam Lowry with the Maynard Family Foundation. We feel this is a very fitting tribute to your father's legacy in this community. And to date, we've raised $572,000 towards our goal of $1 million. So thank you so much to all of our generous supporters in honor of the Maynard Foundation. The last thing I just would like to recognize before we answer any questions is that I really want to recognize our team members, many of them which are actually in the room: Amber Jeanette, George Eby, Emily Cooney, Tom Bennett, Brittany Blevins, Marcus Salisbury, Allison Smith, and really just want to thank the city's leadership, Nye Foundation, all of our funders. Lock 3 Park is already a very successful facility. It is an amazing concert, festival, and event facility. But what we'd like to be able to do is turn it into a 365-day park. And as you heard from Lori, with the help of all of our residents, our funders in the city of Akron, we're going to make this a reality and create a legacy for future generations. So thank you very much for coming here this afternoon, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that the media may have at this time. Actually, before we do that, though, by special introduction here, to my right, our honorary co-chairs for our donor campaign, Bill and Becky Considine. They're responsible for raising that $2.6 million of individual donors. So, Bill and Becky, thank you so much. I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you want to say a few words.
Step right up.
Sorry I'm late, folks. This retired life is tough, you know. But when Becky and I were asked to get involved with this overall campaign, it was an easy decision for us. We're both native Akronites. We love our community. We know that we're a community of collaboration, and we're a community of people that believe in a bright future for our tomorrow and a bright future for our children and our grandchildren. And when you see the work that's been done by Dan Rice and his team, and what can be done relative to Lock 3 and also Summit Lake, a neighborhood I grew up in, it's the kind of thing that should bring energy to all of us. And I know that as we've been out talking to folks about the vision, there's an enormous excitement there. And to see the way our city and Mayor Horrigan has really gotten and helped us stay focused on this. It's the kind of project that's going to bring pride to this community, and we're just very, very fortunate to be part of this whole team. So thank you for being here today. More to come. We got more money to raise, so on the way out, we'll have a little basket for you. Thank you very much.